Our next secret waiting to be unraveled is the haunting mysteries of the Ancestral Puebloans, the abandoned cities of Mesa Verde. Imagine standing before the ancient, towering cliffs of Mesa Verde. The jagged rock face harbors cities painstakingly carved into stone, empty, lifeless, and eerily silent. These homes, nestled in Colorado's sandstone canyons, whisper secrets of an ancient civilization. But why did their architects, the Ancestral Puebloans, abandon them? Was it drought, war, or something far more enigmatic, perhaps even supernatural? For over 7 centuries, this question has plagued historians, scientists, and storytellers alike. Tonight, we dive headlong into the shadows of history to unravel the chilling mysteries of the Ancestral Puebloans. The story starts nearly 2 millennia ago in the rugged Four Corners region where Colorado, Utah, Arizona, and New Mexico meet. The Ancestral Puebloans, once referred to as the Anasazi, built their proud civilization amidst these arid lands. From 500 to 1300 CE, they flourished, creating vast communities along rocky outcroppings and cliff faces. Their architecture astonished with its complexity. Multi-leveled dwellings made of sandstone and mortar defied the limits of the environment. What once were bustling towns are now fossilized memories trapped in time. Imagine these ancient people, crafting homes within cliffs for protection against not just predators, but possibly other, darker fears. Elaborate kivas, circular ceremonial pits, dot these settlements, hinting at spiritual engagements too important to ignore. But even these innovations couldn't protect them from the encroaching specter of doom. One prominent theory revolves around the relentless brutality of nature. Using tree ring dating techniques, scientists uncovered evidence of the Great Drought, stretching from 1276 to 1299. In these arid lands, water was life. Its absence decimated crops, left rivers dry, and forced the people to make impossible choices. Visualize the desperation. Corn stalks withering before harvest, streams collapsing into dust, bowls left empty while children cried out from hunger. For over 2 decades, no relief came. Was it the unmerciful drought that drove these resilient people to abandon their cities carved into the cliffsides? The evidence seems compelling, yet it feels incomplete. Could there be more to this historic vanishing act than just failed crops? But nature wasn't the only force conspiring against them. Archaeological records from these abandoned sites hint at darker undertones. Evidence of fire razing their villages, human remains scarred by violent trauma. Picture this: smoke curling above the dwellings, not from cooking fires, but from villages engulfed in chaos. Archaeologists found bones bearing signs of violent attacks, perhaps even cannibalism, grim reminders of a society stretched to its breaking point. Did the Ancestral Puebloans turn on one another when times grew dire? Internal strife or neighboring conflicts may have intensified the pressures from environmental collapse. It leaves us questioning, was it even safe to stay when trust and peace eroded? Then there's the migration hypothesis. A less apocalyptic story, but one equally layered with mystery. What if the Ancestral Puebloans didn't truly vanish at all, but instead fled southward, weaving themselves into the cultures and traditions of modern Pueblo tribes like the Hopi or Zuni? It's not hard to imagine. Families trekking under the harsh sun, abandoning their homes for survival and seeking refuge in new lands. But what exactly motivated their decision to leave such expertly fortified dwellings? Why venture into the unknown unless pushed by something equally incomprehensible? Their departure might have been more a transformation than a disappearance, yet their abrupt exodus still casts a haunting shadow over these ruins. Deep within the ruins, petroglyphs carved into stone reveal enigmatic patterns, especially spirals, handprints, and human-like forms. These symbols appear not only in Mesa Verde, but across the southwest, hinting at a message just out of reach, perhaps even a warning. One recurring motif, the spiral, has sparked boundless speculation. Does it represent migration, as some anthropologists suggest, a visual map for future generations? Or could it be a symbol pointing towards the cosmos? There's something hauntingly deliberate about these carvings, as though their creators left behind clues knowing we might someday piece together their meaning. Or are these stone etchings simple graffiti, or worse, a cry for help from those fighting against a lost future? Around the same time, the cliff dwellings of Mesa Verde flourished. Nearby Chaco Canyon harbored bustling metropolises of its own. A peculiar detail adds an intriguing dimension to both sites: their alignment with the stars and celestial bodies. Some researchers suspect the great houses of Chaco Canyon, massive interconnected buildings, operated as observatories. Their walls line up eerily well with solstices and lunar cycles. Could the cliff dwellings of Mesa Verde also hold similar astronomical clues that directed migrations, ceremonies, or survival strategies? And yet, there lingers an unsettling possibility that these alignments weren't about the sun or moon, but some deeper fear. Perhaps these sites were built to appease forces beyond their understanding, forces too terrifying to ignore. As we sift through history and archaeology, the supernatural also slinks into the narrative. Native folklore often speaks of sinister beings, skinwalkers, shape-shifting witches who could terrorize human tribes. Some believe these spirits walk the earth alongside the Puebloans. Could terrifying encounters with these spectral entities have forced entire populations to flee? Legends whisper that cliffs and canyons often harbored benevolent spirits, but also malevolent ones. These darker forces, fueled by mistrust and fear, might have exacerbated their abandonment. It's easy to dismiss these tales until you walk those dusty paths at twilight, shadows looming high across walls. The weight of the unseen can quickly grow unbearable. Though the ancestral Puebloans vanished from Mesa Verde, their footprints continue to echo. Modern Puebloan tribes carry traditions, break bread baked in time-honored clay ovens, and create pottery akin to their ancestors. Stories of migration and perseverance passed through generations honor their rich cultural tapestry. But the ruins themselves are haunted, or more accurately, haunting. They stand as a testament to human resilience and ingenuity, but also as a stark reminder of how nature, conflict, and mystery can sweep even mighty civilizations into obscurity. The questions remain. Did drought, despair, and strife shred this once thriving civilization to fragments? Were celestial reckonings or malevolent entities involved? Or did the ancestral Puebloans simply outgrow their footprint, leaving behind cities that couldn't sustain their dreams? The answers are elusive, perhaps deliberately hidden by those who carved history into cliffsides. Standing before the deserted beauty of Mesa Verde's ruins, one can't help but feel the chill of the unknown. As we uncover mysteries of the past, the ancestral Puebloans remind us that solutions to some enigmas may forever elude us. But their story captures something eternal: the ability of human beings to create, endure, and leave something behind to wonder at, even if the reasons for their fading vanish with them. Stay tuned as we unravel more ancient riddles later in the video. Each tells a deeper, darker story, a tapestry of humanity's fears and brilliance. But tonight, let the secrets of Mesa Verde linger. What do you believe happened to the ancestral Puebloans? Leave us your theories below. After all, the truth of these haunting ruins may still hide within your imagination.